Hello everyone, my name is Andre. Today we'll be discussing the carbon cycle. I'll start by introducing the cycle and its key components. So what is the carbon cycle? The carbon cycle is the process that moves carbon through the atmosphere, biosphere, lithosphere, and hydrosphere. It's crucial for regulating Earth, climate, and supporting life. For example, plants absorb CO2 during photosynthesis, converting it into glucose. When organisms respire or decompose, the carbon is released back into the atmosphere. This cycle keeps carbon levels balanced, which is vital for the life on Earth. There are several major carbon reservoirs on Earth. In the atmosphere, it contains CO2 and methane, which trap heat and regulate climate. In the oceans, it absorbs a significant amount of CO2, acting as the largest carbon sink. While in the soil, it stores carbon in the form of decomposed organic matter. In living organisms, the plants and animals store carbon in their biomass. Also in the fossil fuel, the coal, oil, and gas store ancient carbon and release CO2 when burned. Carbon moves through the cycle via several processes such as in photosynthesis, the plants absorb CO2 and convert it into glucose. In respiration, the CO2 is released by plants and animals during energy production. In decomposition, when the organisms die, decomposers release CO2 and methane. In diffusion, the CO2 moves between the atmosphere and the oceans. Human activities like burning fossil fuels and deforestation also disrupt the cycle. Here's a simple diagram of the carbon cycle. It shows how carbon flows between reservoir and processes, maintaining balance in the environment. As the saying goes, the carbon cycle is essential for life on Earth, and understanding it helps us grasp the impact of disruptions like climate change. Now, Nicholas will discuss the specific processes in more detail. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Nicholas Ananya now, so I will cover the process of the carbon cycle, focusing on biological, geochemical, and oceanic processes that move carbon through Earth systems. First is biological processes. So, biological processes is where the photosynthesis process removes carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, converting it into glucose and oxygen in plants. This stored carbon supports life across ecosystems. Respiration by organisms reverses this process and will releasing carbon dioxide back into the atmosphere. Decomposition breaks down dead matter, releasing carbon into soil and air, ensuring it re-enters the cycle. For the second point is geochemical processes. Geochemical processes play a vital role in the carbon cycle by regulating the movement of carbon through Earth's systems, including the atmosphere, hydrosphere, lithosphere, and biosphere. These processes occur over varying time scales from years to millions of years and influence both short-term and long-term carbon storage and flux. For the example is the carbonate rocks formed over millions of years store carbon long-term. Weathering releases this carbon slowly, while volcanic activity emits carbon dioxide from Earth's crust into the atmosphere. These processes maintain a long-term balance of carbon in nature. For the last process is called oceanic process. Oceanic processes are crucial in the carbon cycle, serving as a major carbon sink. The ocean absorbs atmospheric carbon dioxide through physical and biological processes. For the physical absorptions involve the dissolutions of carbon dioxide in seawater, regulated by temperature and pressure. And for the biological processes include photosynthesis by phytoplankton, which convert carbon dioxide into organic carbon, forming the base of the marine food web. When organisms die, their carbon sinks as detritus to the ocean floor, contributing to the sedimentary storage. Additionally, carbonate-forming organisms sequester carbon in shells and skeletons. These processes help regulate atmosphere carbon dioxide level and play a vital role in moderating Earth's climate. To summarize the 3 points, which is biological, chemical, and economic processes, will work together to recycle and balance carbon, ensuring the planet's systems remain functional. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hello everyone. My section will focus on the human impact on the carbon cycle and its importance to our environment and future. We will discuss 3 key areas, which is anthropogenic influence, the consequences of disrupting the cycle, and sustainable solution to mitigate these effects. The first one, anthropogenic influence. Human activities, especially since the Industrial Revolution, have significantly impacted the carbon cycle. Burning fossil fuels like coal and oil releases billions of tons of carbon dioxide annually, disrupting natural balances. Next, deforestation is another issue. Trees, which act as carbon sinks, are removed, releasing stored carbon. Agriculture also contributes, with livestock emitting methane, a potent greenhouse gas. Together, these activities are major drivers of rising carbon dioxide level. The second one, consequences of disruption. The main consequences is climate change. Increased greenhouse gases trap heat, and this causes global temperature to rise, leading to extreme weather, melting ice, and rising sea levels. Another effect is ocean acidification. Excess carbon dioxide dissolve in seawater, harming marine life like corals and shellfish by reducing the pH of the oceans. The third one, sustainable practices and solutions. To mitigate this effect, we can take several actions. The first one is reforestation, which increases carbon sinks while switching to renewable energy reduces emissions. Then, the technologies like carbon capture and storage, CCS, can capture carbon dioxide before it enters the atmosphere. On an individual level, reducing energy consumptions and supporting sustainable practices can make a difference. In conclusion, the carbon cycle is a complex and vital system that connects all life on Earth. By understanding it, we can better address the challenges posed by the climate change and work towards a more sustainable future. Thank you for your attention.